Nice thunderstorm outside. We're getting into the end of summer. It's nice every time we have rain now. It's lovely. Well, hello everybody. We continue our discussion about low-cost building of houses. This video is going to show you how I managed to build at extremely low cost, but also absolutely important with minimum impact to the environment. I really think this is the greenest possible way to build, although I use cement, but I'm only using a little bit of cement. That's the thunderstorm in the background. It's just so awesome. I only use a tiny bit of cement and then soil that I actually get from the land that I'm building on. So I don't truck in any soil, sand, anything like that. I just dig into the ground, get soil, add cement, and use a nice little machine that I have that makes blocks, and I build my structures out of these blocks. Now this might seem quite weird from American perspective, because you guys like to build mostly with wood. We in the rest of the world we like to build with bricks, which makes nice strong structures. The building that I'm sitting in right now, its walls are about 600 millimeters thick, made out of brick. So nothing can harm this building that I'm sitting in. Right, let's get onto it. Blocks that I make buildings such as this house, very nice house, pavilion, and my latest development, which is a paddle tennis facility that I've built on my property. This is just a little walkthrough. You can see get an idea of the building with these blocks. I also made the surrounds, the door surrounds, the window sills, the top section that is on the roof, all out of GFRC, which I will do separate videos in the future on how I made them. And using these blocks you can make really nice structures like this. And as I say, it's very, very low cost to actually build, but the outcome is quite appealing. This is the machine that I use to make the blocks. It's made by Hydroform. I'm not sponsored by them at all. I bought it in 2009, and it's worked flawlessly all these years. Basically, I take one bag of cement plus sifted soil from the land, and that makes approximately 60 blocks. At 25 cents per block and 4 bricks per block, that equates to 6 cents per brick. Compare that to normal brick prices that average from 35 to 90 cents per brick, and you see how cost effective it is. To make these blocks, you start with normal cement, and really it's such an easy process that any unskilled labor can do this. Essentially start by mixing the cement into the soil, And as it's a large amount, the guys use a technique to do this, where they spread cement on top of the pile of soil, and then they basically shift it onto another pile, and that effectively starts to mix the cement into the soil. But you can see it's very rudimentary, just with spades. And as they start to mix it, they will take out any things that weren't caught in the mix. Then they move the mix back onto another pile and they water it as they do it. Now the idea here is just to keep it slightly moist, because you don't want a very wet mix. In fact, you need to have quite a dry mix as you make the blocks. And again, these guys that are here doing this, they have never done this before. They were just day laborers, and a day laborer costs about 300 Rand. So divide that by 18 and you'll get the day charge in US dollars. And so this is how you mix the mix with cement and soil, a little bit of water sprayed over it, and then the machine itself, which you're going to see now operating, is a hydraulic ram that just presses the blocks, rams down. They put the mix into a bucket. They pour the buckets into that hopper, and the guy just presses down a hydraulic ram to a certain pressure and a certain depth, and out pops a block. Simple as that. Now he can vary the size of the block that he's making by adjusting how far the ram goes down into the cylinder that it's pushing into. So if he wants to make a half a block, he just presses it so that it goes half the depth. Now the blocks don't come out uniform length when they do that. The blocks vary in size, which I find quite nice, because I don't know if you've noticed, but the lines on the walls, the vertical lines and the joints, they are quite haphazard, quite random, which makes the walls look quite unique. And that's because the blocks are varying sizes. And so the process goes until they're finished, just like that. Cover it with plastic, and away the machine goes to be used another day. This whole process to make about 500 to 600 blocks takes about a day, from when they start digging and sifting the soil to the mixing and then to the production. It takes about a day. And this is how easy it is to build with them. You just start off with a relatively level foundation and you just stack the blocks. It's as simple as that. No skill is involved, just stack blocks on top of each other. And you'll notice here when Temba up top there is placing the blocks, that this wall is kind of wonky. It's because he's putting a new layer of blocks on top of an old wall that we built maybe in 2011 or so. And the thing with the machine is that over time it starts to wear, the metal surfaces start to wear. So the block sizes, the dimensions of the blocks start to change. Not you would never notice them, but because we are looking at a situation here where there's been many years in between making the blocks, there is a slight difference in size, and there's also a slight contour difference with the foundation that he put down. But it's very interesting that these blocks, they tend to be able to follow the curvature, or the you know the slope of the land. They can adjust easily to varying foundation. And you might also notice that there are straps that come out from the wall. That is one technique that I've found that makes it easy to adjust another wall onto this wall, because this wall is quite high, and because it's quite high, I'm going to have a supporting wall coming out 90 degrees to it, and the way we anchor that wall to this wall is using straps that he just nails in to the bricks, and when we lay the other wall that adjusts to this, we'll just nail the strap into that brick. It makes the joint actually very, very strong, but also allows for a little bit of movement when we require movement. And that's really it. It's just as simple as that. No unique skills are involved. It's really the most basic way to build, and you don't and it goes so fast. I've never come across any other way of building that is as simple as building as it is with these blocks. No skill is required. You just stack them on top of each other. There's no mortar between them. Nothing. It's just simple, simple, simple. There you have it. That's how I build structures. Hope you enjoyed this video. Those are my tomatoes, by the way. I've had an amazing crop this year, which I'm going to put into another video, because I have finally, after about 8 years of growing tomatoes, learnt how to grow really amazing tomatoes. But I'll put that in a separate video. So thank you very much for watching this video. I believe these hydroform machines are available globally. So if you are interested in them, I think just do a Google search on hydroform, and you should be able to find out more information. But as I say, I have no relationship with them at all, except for purchasing a machine from them many years ago. Well, thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it.